Hello guys and welcome back to what can only be described as the ultimate Jaguar F-Type. This is the Jaguar F-Type SVR, a car that I'm incredibly proud to present to you guys. The car's finished in Velocity Blue, probably the best colour you can get on an F-Type SVR, and it's presented in a fabulous condition. In today's video we're going to be taking a look around this 2018 Jaguar F-Type SVR. So if you guys keep an eye on our videos, you'll know we get a lot of Jaguar F-Types through the showroom. We get a lot of the 3 litres, a lot of the V6s, the V6Ss. What we see a little less often because of how rare they are is the SVR. This one's finished in Velocity Blue, which is an SVO premium palette option. Essentially that means it's a paid for cost option when the car was first manufactured. And I've got to say this is the first time I've seen this colour on SVR and I absolutely love it. It's a super deep blue, but it's also got a real metallic shine to it, and in person it looks incredible. The SVR is at the top of the Jaguar F-Type range. As mentioned, we've got some of the 3 litres, the V6S, which is a more tuned version of the 3 litre. You can also get a 5 litre V8. This is still powered by a 5 litre V8, but the SVR is a more tuned up version, and it sits at the top of the food chain. So if you're looking for the ultimate F-Type, here it is. So while we show you around this car, guys, I'll talk a little bit on the figures first. As mentioned, it's a 5 litre V8 which powers the vehicle. And that produces 575 brake horsepower, a 0 to 60 time of 3.5 seconds, and a top speed of 200 miles per hour. As the SVR sits at the top of the Jaguar F-Type food chain, it comes with the most specification on the F-Types. But this one, believe it or not, has got a long list of optional extras which come in addition to what the SVR comes with as standard. As mentioned, a massive amount is standard on the SVR. This one has got a long list of optional extras, and you can see them from the exterior, the interior, the features you get with the car. For example, the carbon ceramic brakes which stop this vehicle. A car with this much power, you've got to have equally as good brakes. They come with good brakes as standard. The carbon ceramics take that up an extra level with an extremely expensive cost option from factory. If you don't know what carbon ceramics are, these are brakes which, when they're warmed up, they have no to little brake fade at all. So they perform incredibly well. And if you've never driven a car with carbon ceramics, you would absolutely be able to tell the difference. Above head on the interior of this F-Type sits the fixed panoramic roof, which, believe it or not, even on the SVR is an optional extra. And throughout the exterior of the Velocity Blue Jaguar F-Type, you'll notice the gloss black features which will run throughout. For example, window surrounds in gloss black, side scuttles finished with Jaguar embossed, also in gloss black. And the diamond cut alloy wheels sit very, very nicely with, of course, the massive carbon ceramic discs behind them, with the yellow calipers signifying that this has the optional carbon ceramic brakes. The condition of the car is absolutely exceptional, with alloy wheels being unmarked all around, sat upon Pirelli Zero tyres all around as well. Now the SVR comes, as well as with a load of specification, a lot of carbon fibre, which is exactly what you want to see on a sports car. For example, the rear wing of the SVR finished with carbon fibre and the Velocity Blue touches to the side. And it's not a fixed rear wing. You might look at it and think it's just sits there and doesn't move. But actually cleverly hidden underneath there is adjustable moving points for the rear wing, and you can adjust the tilt and essentially the downforce that the wing does provide. The SVR had quad tailpipes at the rear of the car, laying out the tremendous sound that the V8 produces, with of course the gloss black diffuser finishing off very, very aggressively. So as well as being a beautiful piece of art to look at really from the rear, it's also quite a practical one. For example, the boot lid on this opens electronically, which is, believe it or not, an optional extra. Inside of the F-Type you get a very reasonable amount of space for a 2-seater sports coupe, and it's also equipped with a reverse camera at the rear, which is again another additional optional extra. To close the boot back up, simply push the button. Other features it's got include the front parking aid, which makes parking this car a lot easier. It's even got self-park. It will parallel park itself, this car. Not a feature I've personally used, but it is something you can if you, of course, buy this example. Now, I've done a brief overview of the exterior of this Jaguar F-Type SVR. We'll hop inside the cabin, check out a few of the features, as well as the more carbon fibre it comes with, and most importantly, the sound of this Jaguar F-Type SVR. Inside the Jaguar F-Type SVR, the options certainly continue. You'll find Alcantara spread throughout, with the center console being in Alcantara with leather to contrast it. And actually, one of the optional extras this car's got is the leather, the stitch, which runs throughout them in a very fancy pattern as well, and that is an optional extra. SVR logo embossed onto the headrest, just reminding you and your passengers what a special car you are in. The blue stitch continues up here, and it just makes the interior feel as premium as the exterior looks. And of course, it matches pretty nicely with the Velocity Blue on the exterior. Alcantara is something you very rarely find on an F-Type less than an SVR, so it's really nice and very premium. You'll also find the carbon fibre center console, which is another optional extra. And that's the spoiler button there, because though it looks like a fixed rear spoiler, it certainly is not, and it does adjust. Other features on the interior of this Jaguar F-Type SVR: heated and cooled seats. These are memory function as well, so fully electronically adjustable with 3 options of memory functionality. So if there are a few of you perhaps driving the vehicle, you can hop in, set it as your own, and you're good to go. The car's also got Meridian surround sound system, which is an upgrade from the standard Meridian and is very immersive speaker system. Of course, with the exhaust tone, you probably don't even want the radio on, but if you did, you've got it. The other thing the car's got is a heated steering wheel, so the SVR is a car you could, if you wanted to, use all year round. It is, believe it or not, 4-wheel drive, and it even comes with a snow and ice mode, which calms and tones it down a little bit. So if you want, it can be quite leery, really loud, but you can also tone it down and have it a little more subtle, a little more quiet if you prefer to do so. As this is the 2018 model, it comes with the latest and one of the most up-to-date infotainment systems that Jaguar Land Rover do. You'll find Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, self-park as mentioned, you can do from the screen. If you swipe across, there's a few more settings and features, but Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, as well as the other ones I mentioned, are the main ones. It's really usable. As you've seen, it is fully touchscreen as well, but you've still got all the dials and buttons for your climate control, the heated and cooled seats, as well as a few other options and settings. Space on the inside, it is a sports coupe, so it's not made for a massive amount of space, but you do find twin cup holders in here. The armrest does indeed lift up with twin USB ports for the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto. And as mentioned, this has got the reverse camera, so when you put it into reverse, that automatically lights up the extended screen. And the final thing before we start the car up, it has also got blind spot information system. So just in the mirror, you'll notice it will light up when you're on the motorway. If you're trying to indicate and there's a car there, it's going to warn you. Sometimes it can be a little bit hard looking out of a coupe like this, round into the blind spot, but that makes it a whole lot easier. Without further ado, let's hear how this SVR sounds. That is the Jaguar F-Type SVR, a very special car with an incredibly special sound, as you've just heard. Of course, once the car is fully warmed up as it was, with the valves open, you get the pops, you get the crackles, and you'll also notice the rear spoiler adjusting as well. Super cool feature on this SVR. For any more information on this vehicle, the condition is excellent. The car's features are also excellent. And if you would like any more information, any viewings, my name is Will, I'll be more than happy to help, as would any of the team. Thanks for watching the video on this exceptionally special Jaguar F-Type SVR, and we will see you guys next time.